Good morning to me. Good morning, kids. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning on the beat cut from San Francisco, kids. Here we are in San Francisco. Yay. Oh my gosh, it's been totally insane, but amazing. I have some great things to tell you guys. Um, I'm sitting in my nice hotel room here in San Francisco. I'm here for Folsom Street. Look how sleepy I am. Good morning, Crystal. How are you doing? Trampa is sleepy this morning. Hi, Nate. How you doing, my friend? So I got YouTube going and I got Facebook going. So come on, either one, whatever you want to do, okay? And today we're going to talk about us, okay? We're going to talk about us and how me and you and we can be together better and loving each other better. Okay, good morning, Crystal and Philip and Wendy and YouTube and Elizabeth and Heather and Katie. Katie's on both? Wait a minute here. Mike, good morning. And I am drinking a gigantic almond milk latte from Pete's Coffee. We're going to plug Pete's this morning because it's saving my life. I have a triple shot latte with almond milk. Yum. So, it's beautiful here in San Francisco. I'm here networking with a bunch of people to help me produce a bigger level of products. That's what I need to tell you. You have to network with people in order to get what you want to have produced. I spend a lot of time networking with people. You can't even imagine what I do. But it pays off every time. So, I also want to tell you this. It's cisgender people who are helping me to produce our products. It is not transgender people. So again, I'm going to tell you, if you have an issue with cisgender people, and it's an issue that you must work on, because cisgender people love us. They work with us. They want to see us be successful. They help me every single day in my life. They move me forward. They give me opportunity. They give me investments. They do so many things for me that you cannot just say cisgender people are blah, blah, blah. That's like saying all white people are blah, blah, blah. It doesn't make any sense. We have to stop this umbrella terminology. We have to stop this idea that everybody is the same. We have to stop putting people in this. You don't like to be put in a box. You don't like to be considered just because you're trans, you're this way. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. You can't just assume everybody is this way because they are cisgender. And it's not true from my own experiences, okay? From my own experience. Hi, okay, let me just say something. Hi, Sasha from the Netherlands. That's so great. Happy Saturday. Hi, Camille. Yes, I only drink almond milk. And Nate is about to bleach and color their hair. Good morning, Casey. So, do you understand what I'm saying, people? Do you understand what I'm saying? It's very important that you understand what I'm saying. Stop lumping people into categories and assuming just because they are trans or assuming just because they are gay or assuming just because they are cisgender. Making assumptions will get you nowhere. It will block you. It will stop you from creating because you are making assumptions. And assumptions will put you in a bad space. Okay? Elizabeth says, I tried almond milk in my coffee and couldn't get past the taste because you're not drinking the right kind of almond milk and you're not drinking the right kind of coffee. The only way you can have almond milk in coffee is to make lattes or things like that with an espresso machine, or it has to be foamed and hot. It can't be cold almond milk. It's gross. In Brazil is in the house. And Katie says, nice. Yeah, post pictures. So, this morning, what we're talking about from San Francisco, California, where I am here doing business as well as participating in gay men's sex parties. My product is hosting a gay men's sex party. Participating in Folsom Street, where there's all kinds of people. Participating in making, good morning, Daniel, parties without any worry about who is who and what is what. I don't really care. Everybody's invited. Everybody is invited to my parties. Everybody's invited to my house. Everybody's invited into my life. Now, people who get disinvited are people who are jerks, assholes, don't fucking have any compassion or any desire to have dialogue. Those people are not invited into my life. But I don't care who you are, what color you are, where you come from, how you identify, what your name is. I don't even care. You shouldn't care. You shouldn't care. Hi from Siberia. It's very nice of you to join us. Thank you so much. Hope says, in reality, though, one of the only reasons you have so much cis support is that a pure numbers. I'm not sure what that means. They simply are more cis than trans. I'm not sure I understand what you're saying, Hope. I know why I have a lot of cis followers. I know exactly why. If you want to know, I can tell you why. I know exactly why I have a lot of cisgender followers and a lot of cisgender people who continually help me to progress in this world. I know exactly why. Because I treat people like people. I don't give a shit if you're cisgender. I don't give a shit if you're transgender. I don't care. It doesn't affect my life. It doesn't have anything to do with why I love you or I like you or I want you in my life. Nothing. I don't ask you if you're cisgender. I don't ask you if you're transgender. I don't ask you if you're gay. I hope you're not doing that. I hope it's not important for you to just have certain kinds of people in your life because that's ridiculous. Yeah, I don't doubt that. And I'm sure you foster good working. I foster good working relationships with people that I connect with. And I connect with people. Cathel. Exactly. Treat people like people. How novel. It's true. What's wrong with everybody? What's wrong with everybody? Hi, Marta. Good morning, my beautiful friend from Brazil. Marta says, I know I follow Buckus because love is love and we're all important. You show that, Buck. I learned that from Buck. All the show is love. Yes, Marta. I don't care who you are. I don't care your background. I don't care what's ever going on. I care that you care. That's the only thing I care about. And I care that you respect my opinion and respect me. Other than that, it doesn't matter to me. It just shouldn't. We need to reteach and come back to treating each other as humans, not as trans or not as cisgender or not. Really, it's upsetting to me. I'll tell you, and that's why I talk about it a lot. You know what's upsetting to me is how we degrade in the trans community cisgender people. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. How we degrade cisgender people and we speak down about them and we speak so badly about them and we speak as if they're the enemy. No. The enemy is the enemy, and you know who the enemy is. Yes, some of the enemy is cisgender people, but the enemy has nothing to do with being a cisgender person. A cisgender person can be an enemy. You understand what I'm saying? But because they are cisgender does not make them the enemy. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Elizabeth says, I was taught and raised to treat everyone with respect, and that has carried through with me. You're lucky that your parents taught you that. Jude says, when are you coming back to see us? I'm working on that. It might be February I might be there because I'm going to Asia, and it's so close. So, stop defining people by their own definition of who they are. Okay? Don't define me because I'm a man with a vagina. Don't define me because my history is transsexual. Don't define me because I consider myself a gay man or a bisexual man. Don't define me because I have tattoos. Don't define me because I'm very passionate about what I talk about. Don't define me because I speak my mind. Don't define me because you don't know me. That's what I'm talking about, you guys. Leah says, good morning from Rain, Louisiana. We need more people like you in this world. I have learned so much. Thank you, my friend. And I miss Louisiana. Give everybody a kiss there. I lived in New Orleans for 4 years. Oh, I love New Orleans. I love Louisiana. I met so many friends. I met so many friends there. They are beautiful. Southern people are really, when they say Southern hospitality, it's true. It's real. I actually lost friends in Hurricane Katrina that I miss a lot. Oh, it changed my life. Being in Louisiana was an amazing experience for me. It was beautiful, amazing. Talk about like real people. Talk about real people. They're real in the South. They don't fuck around. But they don't also give a fuck. They're real. They'll sit down with you and have a conversation. That's what I'm talking about. They don't care where you come from, who you are, what. They care if you're real. Talk to me real. Good morning, Alexander. Are you doing? I'm coming to Canada soon, Hope. Yes, I am. Good morning, Rachel. It's nice to see you. Sarah says, as strong person who encourages people to love themselves. Yes. So, what's the topic of the day? You be you, I think, is something like that. I can't remember what I wrote because I was sleepy when I was writing it. Taylor says, good morning, Buck. Best wishes from 29 Palms, California. I'll be out there soon, my friend, and we can hang out. My parents live in Palm Springs, and I visit all the time. So, kids, listen to Trampa. I'm old and here for a reason. Because I fucking survived. I am here because I survived. All I want to do is share with you that the way I got here, why I got here, how I live my life. If you want to take from me, take it. If you don't, don't. If you don't give a shit and you want to leave, go. It doesn't matter. I'm here to share because I'm a believer of sharing. I'm a believer of if you have a life of privilege and you have got to get to where you have been, you must turn around. You must turn around with your hand open and help the person behind you. You have to do that. It's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. Somebody helped you. Whether you know it or not, somebody helped you get to where you are. They might not have been visible in your life. They might not have been visible here, but they helped you get to where you are. And it is your responsibility as a person who is now sitting in your skin, privileged enough to transition, or privileged enough to have a job, or privileged enough to go to school, or privileged enough to have food in your mouth, or privileged enough to go downstairs and buy a fucking coffee. That's a privilege. You have to turn around and help the next person and bring them forward with you. It is so important that you understand what I'm saying to you. Hope says, yeah, and to your point, the people who helped me get to where I am were mostly cisgender. You see what I'm talking about? To me, it doesn't matter that all of my friends and a lot of the people that help me are cisgender. I'm using that as a point. Tristan, my beautiful friend, says, hi, I love you, and we have similar goals in our oldness. It's because we're old. That's what happens when you get old. Sometimes you become more compassionate and you get to have eyes that see because you already were there. Look, I'm letting the kids do their thing. I have no desire to tell the kids what to do at all. They're on their journey. They're doing their thing. More power to them. The only thing that I want to do is understand why the older and the younger generation just aren't jiving up when we really have an ultimate goal. And I know a lot of what it is, but people, we just need to calm the fuck down. Jude says, we need your support here in Australia. A lot of shit going down. Reg, same sex. I know. It's horrible. I know. I'm very aware of it. I will be there. Marta says, even if helping at times is just a smile or a kind word. Taylor says, we all need to help each other no matter what. No matter what. Stop defining people by their own definitions. Right? You can't define me because I call myself a man with a vagina. You can't. That's not who I am. It's, I guess, what I am in a sense. It's my physical being. But don't define me because I consider myself a man with a vagina. That's just me physically. You don't know me. Don't make assumptions about me because I look this way. I'm tattooed. I have a bald head. You know, you could easily make assumptions about me. People do it all the fucking time. I watch when I walk in a room how people are like, right? And then they get to know me and they're like, hey, wait a minute. You're actually kind of a cool guy. Yeah, because you gave me a little bit of a time to speak. It's what I'm saying. Do not make assumptions. Stop saying cisgender people are scums. Stop saying cisgender people are blah, blah, blah. Stop. How do you think everything that's happening in our transgender world is working? Because of cisgender people, whether you like it the fuck or not. Cisgender people are moving laws through the thing. Cisgender people are our doctors. Cisgender people are our lawyers. Cisgender people are our friends. Cisgender people are our lovers. Cisgender people are our family. Cisgender people are the world. Right? Tristan says, yep, as a community, we need to appreciate the differences. I learned so much from young clients. Yes. Karen says, I never felt defined by either M or F genders. It's called being real, Shelley. Right on. Pay it forward, Miss Christine says. Support one another with love. Everyone needs emotional, mental, physical support. Elizabeth says, I think you look amazing, Buck. Elizabeth. Mike says, there's no escaping cisgender people. It's the truth. You either accept it or go sit in the corner and have your little cisgender tantrum, because it's what it is. Go to the corner and have your little tantrum about cisgender people are so mean to me. No, people are mean to you because you're mean. People are mean to you because you're mean. It's not cisgender people are so mean and they don't want any of that. Nope, has nothing to do with that. Zero. You are a mean person. You are not loving. You are not caring. You are not compassionate. You are in your ego. It's all about you, you, you. So guess what people treat you like? An asshole. Because it's all about you, you, you. And you're not sitting the fuck down, looking in the mirror and saying, hold up, wait a minute. I need to take responsibility for my fucking actions. I need to take responsibility for my fucking voice. I need to take responsibility for me. It doesn't matter about you because it's me who has the problem. Grow up. Grow up. That's called becoming an adult. Okay? It's called becoming an adult when you take responsibility for your own actions. Look, I'm not perfect. I know, I just bursted your bubble. I'm not perfect. But that said, I try every day to be as best of the person that I can be. And when I fuck up, it sits in my brain because I know I fucked up. I fuck up. If I don't fuck up, I'm not going to be the person I am today. You have to fuck up to grow. It's real. You have to. And it's okay to fuck up. It is not okay to not take responsibility for your fuck up. That's what we must discuss. Every single one of you out there will fuck up. It doesn't define you. Your fuck up doesn't define you. What defines you is how you act after you fuck up. Are you going to say, oh my God, I just fucked up, but I'm not going to say anything about it and maybe people won't notice it? Nope. I notice it. You notice it. We all notice it. Come up, step up like an adult and say, you know what? I so apologize. I made, an assumption about you because you are cisgender. And I should have never done that. Just do it. You can't even imagine the way people will act to you when you accept the fact that you fucked up. Okay? Matt says, I'm curious, do you identify as a cis man? P.S. No hate. I know you're a trans man, but once you've transitioned, can't you also? No, I can't be cis. I never can be cis because I'm not. I still have a vagina, number one, and I wasn't born in the gender that I identify. Okay? That's not cisgender. A cisgender person is a person who is born in the body or the identity that they are living in today. Hence, a woman born a woman who identifies as a woman. That's a cisgender woman. So, no, I don't identify as that. I identify as a man, for sure. I identify as male, but I also identify as a male with a vagina. People think I'm cisgender because I'm very passing, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, all of a sudden, there's this thing in the transgender community where you're passing privilege. Fuck you. Fuck you. How dare you fucking say shit to people like us who have worked so hard to become the people that we are. And if you think I'm fucking passing, I have a vagina. I have a vagina, people out there. I'm not passing. I don't have passing privilege. I have a fucking vagina. It does not give me passing privilege. And every day I show my vagina. So you tell me how much passing privilege I have. And anyway, even if I did have passing privilege, so the fuck what? What does that have to do with you? Why are all of a sudden so many trans people worried about other people passing, or our masculinity, or our femininity, or our desire to be binary, or our desire to not have surgery, or our desire to just be? Why are people in our community so concerned with everyone else's journey? Why are you not concerned with your own journey? What does my journey have to do with your journey? I'm going to have a coffee, and ooh, it's hot in here. I think I have to take off my shirt because I'm so hot and sweaty. Fuck, it's crazy. Anyway, I'm sitting here naked in front of the camera, but you can't see. So I'll just keep it right here because we're on Facebook and YouTube. So, that said, listen to me. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Hillary. Good morning, Jude. Good morning, Jesse. I do think it's a lot of envy and jealousy, and that's just ridiculous behavior. Hope says passing is a privilege. Well, here's the deal, Hope. Everything is a privilege. Everything, Hope, is a privilege. Not just passing. And I don't understand this passing privilege. Everything is a privilege. Your desire to take testosterone or estrogen, your desire to dress the way you are, your desire to walk the world, that's a privilege. I got to go to work, Buck. I'm going to follow up with you in a message. I'd like to engage with you about your ideas about passing privilege. Yes, Hope, 100%. I would love to have that discussion with you. We're probably going to disagree, and that's okay. I love you very much, Hope. And I have a lot of compassion and empathy and desire to have that conversation. But I can already tell me and you are going to have different opinions. And that's awesome. Have a different opinion. Okay? I don't believe in this idea that now we have to talk about everybody who has passing privilege as if they're better or higher or can walk the world differently or all of that. It's not true. It's not true. At all. I don't believe it. We must stop this idea that to pass is the only way to be. We must actually talk about who are you? Who are you? What is it that you want to be? How do you want to walk the world? And if you choose to walk the world, how you choose to walk the world, that's your choice. It's not your passing privilege. I choose to look this way. I could go shave all my mustache stuff off today. I could start wearing a skirt. I could start wearing a halter top. Am I going to pass? Am I going to pass? As what? What am I going to pass as? Right? What am I going to pass as? I don't know. Are people out there going to look at me? Yeah. Do people look at me now? Yeah. So passing privilege is a very broad terminology. But we're shaming people now. This is the problem that I have. Of course, I have white privilege. Passing privilege, Janie, is this. I pass as a heterosexual or gay man, cisgender man. 100% I do. Nobody ever knows that I used to be trans. Okay, Hope, it's nice to see you. Thank you so much for coming on board and having a discussion. I love you, my friend. Have a beautiful day. So now I have privilege because I look this way. First off, you're forgetting all of our journeys are different when you say stuff like that, okay? Colton says, Janie, basically just being able to pass. Yes. Yeah, it means being able to walk the world without people knowing that you're trans, which I don't know why that's a big deal. Shelly says, people stare at me because I'm 6 feet tall, not because they're reading me. Exactly. Mike says, wait, BuzzFeed invented a privilege check. If you ever have a laugh, check it out. What? Oh, okay. I need to see that. Send me that link. My volume is low. Is my volume low, kids? Let me turn this up and see. I think it's because my phone is that way. Is it better now? Jesse, is that better? So yes, of course. Jude says, I'm neither male or female, but swing more the masculine side. Cheer. Ma, ¿cómo está? México. ¿Qué pasa? ¿Dónde está parte de México? Porque es mucho problemas de, ¿cómo se dice? Earthquake. ¿Cómo se dice en español earthquake? Oh, lo siento. Mucha gente es muerto. Es horrible, horrible. Please, everybody, send a lot of love to Mexico. Mucho amor para Mexico, amigo. Mucho amor, mucho amor. Es horrible para mí porque yo vivo en México para 11 años and it is horrible, horrible. Oh, sí, en México, ciudad. Sí, oh, shit. ¿Y familia está bien? It's important. It's important for me to continue to speak my Spanish. So, good morning, Juan. How are you? How are you? Oh, I'm so happy. Please send a lot of love to Mexico. Okay, please. It's such great people there. Um, there's so much internalized transphobia. Oh my God, Yvonne. Is that how I say your name, Yvonne? Oh my God. How did I learn Spanish? By living in Mexico. I learned Spanish by living in Mexico. I moved there and I know no Spanish. And then I went there and I just immersed myself into that world and people were so amazing and beautiful and they helped me learn Spanish. It's amazing. Daniel said I have a couple of friends on Facebook that were in the earthquake. It's horrible. And love to Puerto Rico. Thank you for saying that. And love to the world. We have a lot of trauma happening in our world. Do you know why we have a lot of trauma happening in our world? You know why? You know why? I lived 11 years in Mexico. You want to know why we have a lot of trauma in our world? I think you guys know. There's a lot of hate. There's a lot of overpopulation, which is because we're teaching people not to use contraceptives. We're teaching people that abortion isn't okay. We're teaching people to fuck without any regard to the fact that you can become pregnant. We're teaching people to have 5,000 babies, even though that they're not able to feed the babies or care for the babies or have babies in a good, healthy situation. We're teaching people that God or Jesus or whoever doesn't like abortion. What? Abortion is a real thing, and many people use abortion, and it is our right to have abortion. It's my fucking right. If I have a fucking reproductive system, it's my reproductive system. It's not yours. You don't own my body. You don't own me. You don't own my baby-making machine. It's mine. And if I want to have a baby, I can have a fucking baby, whether you fucking like it or not. And if I decide that I don't really want to bring this baby in the world, it's my right to say no. It's my right to say, actually, I'm not bringing a baby into this world because this world is fucked up. It's my right. So especially stop telling women or people, because not just women have babies anymore. Goodbye, Katie. I got to go too here soon. Goodbye. Have a beautiful day. Because not just women have babies, men have babies too. It's our right to have an abortion. If you're anti-abortion, I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry. But guess what? It's not your right to tell me that I can't get rid of my baby because Christians or Catholics or religious people decided that they can speak for us. No. I don't give a fuck what religion you are. I respect your religion. If you want me to respect your religion, you better respect my religion. And you know what my religion is? The universe. That's what my religion is. And the universe speaks to me. And the universe says, you, my friend, are in control of your own life. And if by accident I got pregnant, it's my right to say I don't want to be pregnant. So fuck off and stop telling people that they can't have abortions. They can have abortions. It's real. It's legal. It's okay. You think you would rather have people bring babies into this world when they can't afford to maybe even have a baby, or they can't give the baby a nice life, or the baby's going to come into a fucking shithole? It is my right to have an abortion, whether you fucking like it or not. So, as far as I'm concerned, when you go bomb Planned Parenthood, you're a fucking terrorist. That's terrorism. That's terrorism as equal an amount as when you bomb a fucking place in Afghanistan. That's terrorism too. So stop acting as if this is terrorism and this isn't. No. When you go drop bombs on someone else's fucking shit, because your ideology of Christianity or Muslim or whatever the fuck it is decides that you speak for the rest of everybody else. That's terrorism, my friend. It has nothing to do with religion. It has everything to do with you being brainwashed to the fact that you think your voice is more powerful than anybody else's. It's not cool. Nico says bro, and who's calling me a bro? I'm not your bro, dude, so don't call me bro. Bro, putting air quotes around the word privilege. No, I'm going to take it down a notch. Nico says this to me. Bro, first off, starting off with bro is kind of disrespectful, so I'll just give you that, but I'm going to be cool about it. Bro, putting air quotes around the word privilege, you mean privilege? Like that? Is super problematic. You mean like that? Hold up, I got to read this. It shits on the reality that folks without said privilege aren't in constant danger because they don't pass. That's bullshit. Or they aren't white or whatever. You're right about body anatomy, but privilege is very real and affects folks. You've misunderstood me, my friend. Privilege, I'm allowed to do that, by the way. Privilege is not problematic, and I am not problematic. So I would appreciate it, first off, if you had respect for me and didn't call me bro, because I'm not your bro, and bro is a very weird, disrespectful word to use, because I'm not your bro, number one. Number two, I am not problematic. I'm having a discussion, and it's what I think. So that's not problematic. So you've already gotten those two things wrong. It's called a discussion. It's called my idea. So my idea is this, what I just said. I believe privilege is a real thing, but there are levels of privilege. There are passing privilege, but that doesn't mean that I'm any better than you. And it doesn't mean that my passing is not what I want to be. I don't need to be humiliated or told that I'm not good because I pass, or that I have more than you because I pass. Do you know what I do with my passing privilege? Do you know what I do with my passing privilege every day of my life? Do you know what I do? I walk the world and I talk about my passing privilege. And I create privilege for other people in this world using my privilege. So that said, yes, I have privilege, but do I use my privilege in order to create change? 110%. And am I aware of my privilege? What do you think? So what you said to me right now was basically telling me something that I think I pretty much know, number one. Number two, I'm not problematic. You're problematic. By even using that word problematic. That's problematic. That word gets overused so much, it's ridiculous. If you think I'm problematic, you have... That's hilarious, because let me just tell you something. To be a good activist, or to even be an activist, you are problematic. It's the reality of it. I'm 100% problematic. But what does that mean to you? Does that mean that you don't like my voice? Does that mean that you don't like what I talk about? It doesn't matter. You might think that I'm problematic, or you might think that putting air quotes around privilege is not really a good thing, right? It is a good thing. It created you to automatically sit up and have a conversation with me when I've never seen you before. So that, my friend, creates dialogue. And that, my friend, is what I do here every day. I create dialogue in order for you to come out from behind the woodwork and have that discussion with me, bro. So there you go. I would love to know how old you are. That's really important to me. Hold on, I got to read some of the other comments. Maria says, I am for abortion, but I don't feel it should be used as birth control over. I agree with that, my friend. And that's the problem, is we're not teaching people about abortion and why it's important to use. But of course, you shouldn't be having 9 abortions. That's because we're not speaking about safe sex. We're not speaking about how to control yourself. We're not speaking about what it means to have an abortion. We're not even speaking about sex. We're not even speaking about sex. Not even in the transgender community, we're not speaking about sex. How is that possible? Of course people are going to get pregnant and people are going to be like, because we're not speaking about sex on all levels. Tom says abortion is also an option if abortion is an option in some cases. Yes, exactly. Exactly. That's exactly it. You should have the opportunity to do with your body. That's not just abortion. That's surgery. That's hormones. That's whatever you want to do. Tattoos, piercings, right? All of it. All of it. Alex says, oh no, now I'm disrespecting my new friends on here as we both call each other bro. As to accept bro, but nothing. Bro, I'm not a bro. You can call me bro. I don't give a shit. But I'm just telling you, bro comes off really like, bro. It's not my world. I'm not a bro. It's just not my world. So when I hear bro, I think of just not, the connotation bro comes from such a space that's not my space. It's just not my space. So Dion says people have to respect everyone for their beliefs. Yes, that's it. That's all I bring the conversation out for. Jesse, I think he's just saying that some of us pass better than others, and honestly, I don't know there is such a thing as passing privilege. No, I know exactly what he's saying. 100%, my friend. I know exactly what you're saying. The thing for me is this. I'm no better than you because I pass. This is my desire to pass. You can pass too if you work as hard as I do. Do you understand how hard I work at the gym every day as a 55-year-old grandpa? I work my ass off to look this way. It's not just natural. That's the assumption people make, that we have passing privilege because it's just naturally done this way. This isn't natural. All of this is from hormones, from age, from going to the gym, from eating right, drinking no alcohol, not eating junk food. I really make a huge effort to pass. So is that really a privilege? And that's a real question, and I don't mean any disrespect, but I want to know, is that really a privilege when I work my ass off every day? It's not natural. This is not natural. I wish I woke up and got out of bed and was like, yeah. Right? It's not natural. I don't wake up in the morning and go, I'm going to just go eat a hamburger and french fries and my body's going to look like this. No. So is it a privilege then? Is it a privilege that I get to wake up in the morning, not have hamburgers and french fries, go downstairs and eat a bowl of oatmeal with protein powder, hit the gym for another hour, come back, right? Think about it. I don't really know where privilege starts and where privilege ends. This, I think, is a conversation. Now, as a white guy, I have a lot of privilege, huge amounts of privilege. 100%. I speak about it every day. And I try to be very aware of my privilege as a white man who walks the world and has a voice, and people listen to me. And very important for me to use that voice. But what is privilege? And how do we gain privilege? Hayden says, thank you, Buck. I agree. You're right. This is our bodies. Trust me, I identify as gender. Fuck, I've never had my voice heard about anything dealing with my inside anatomy. And now I'm dealing with terminal cervical cancer. Wow, dude, I'm so sorry. And now I can't physically turn my outside to feel myself, that I am, hold on one sec, I need to finish, that I am on the inside, so I don't know if that makes sense. Sorry, bad week. Oh, my friend, we love you, Hayden. We love you, Hayden. We love you, Hayden. We love you, Hayden. We do. We love you. You are in the right place. We will give you a lot of love. You need to reach out to us. We can talk to you. We can try to help. Just even talking will help you. Even talking to somebody of like-mindedness. You know what I'm saying? Let's figure out what's going on with you and how the B Cup can help you get through this horrible time. I want to know more about the cervical cancer, and like, have you been on hormones for a long time? Or why are they saying this? It's very important. Are you transgender? Are you a transgender male, female? Tell me a little bit more about yourself, because this also plays into why do you have cervical cancer? Did it come from hormonal use? Non-hormonal? Is it just genetics? You know, these are the things as the transgender community that we need to know about. I think it's important. Nico says, that's good. Those things should be done by folks with privilege. That definitely needs to happen. But folks can be problematic. So that discussion should be had at some point. Acknowledging your privilege is key. You're doing that, so that's great. But air quotes, Not everyone can pass, even all the work you put into it. But passing is something that is here. It's not just physical. Do you understand what I'm saying, my friend Nico? It's not just physical. Passing is also here. I hope that you're understanding what I'm saying. What does it? We need to stop putting the emphasis on physical passing. When we just emphasize that you need to, I look this way because I want to look this way. I hope you understand that. It's my desire. It's always been my desire to look very masculine, to look like G.I. Joe, to be all of the masculine as I could possibly be. That's because it's what I want to look like. I chose to make this desire, this desire of the way I wanted to look. It wasn't natural. This is not natural. So, pardon me, what is passing privilege? What is passing privilege? It's a bigger discussion than just like you turn into a white guy who now passes. It's bigger than that. We need to stop just saying you have this and you have that and you have this and you have that. No, we all have it. We all have it on different levels. We all have it on different ways that we use it. We have to make each other feel as important as the next person. I am nowhere, anywhere more important than you, my friend. We are the same person. I just have different skills than what you have. I have gotten this way in the world. You can go that way in the world. But in the long run, we're all here on the same earth. We have to stop. I think when we say privilege or we say passing or we use all these words, what happens if you're not acknowledging it? What happens is that we lose focus of why are we here? Why are we really here? Right? Jerry says, I do have a trans friend that eats like a teenager. Boy, I wish I could eat like that, my friend. Okay. Nate says, privilege starts with wealth, I think. If you look at the distribution of wealth, say, for example, between white and black communities, you can, of course, that's a whole other conversation. Right. I am very aware of that. I talk about that, the economics of white to people of color. It's ridiculous. And people of color have just lost even more in the last years. And it's horrible. And it is something we must talk about on a bigger level. Abby says, Buck, what do you think about people who do naturally pass very well? As a trans man with very feminine features, I can't help but get discouraged when friends of mine have more masculine features naturally than I do. You work very hard to pass, and that's real and valid, but I feel like it's slightly different or people who don't necessarily need to work very hard to pass, if that makes sense. It makes total sense, my friend Abby, 100%. And I understand that. I once was you. I don't know how old you are, Abby. I don't know how far you're into your transition. I once was you. Have you guys seen pictures of me before? Look at pictures of me before when I was a female form still. I looked nothing like this. I looked like a non-passing man. I looked like a lesbian. I looked like a dyke. People used to say all kinds of shit to me. I desired to be this guy. You know how long I've been taking hormones and going through this? 20 plus years. This didn't happen overnight. And it won't happen overnight for you. But what is passing? Why are we putting such emphasis on passing? Right? I think by doing that and having that discussion in our community, we have now divided each other. Because now we're like, here's the passing transgender people and here's the non-passing transgender people. What? Now what we've done is we've divided each other into further having animosity towards each other. Because we have the passing trans people and we have the non-passing trans people. And then they butt heads. Mistake. Complete, total mistake. And you can see it from the conversation here. I choose to look this way. Does that make sense? Robert says, I thank Thrive Daily for giving me the energy to go to the gym. It's helped my cravings for processed sugar. Why not fully understand that transgender? I still support them to be who they are and want to be. Vincent said, here, I want to talk to Hayden. Message me. Yes, thank you, guys. Reach out to Hayden. Thank you for doing that. It means a lot to me. Hayden, it's okay, my friend. You're going to be okay. We're going to really gather around you, my friend, and we're going to really help you, and we're going to really be here for you as a family, because the B Cup is a family. And whether or not we agree on things, it doesn't matter. We love you. Okay, and you're in a space right now that you need us. We understand that, and that's the part that I want people to understand. Community. We don't have to agree on anything, but one the thing actually we have to agree on one thing. We don't have to agree on anything else. But the one thing that we have to agree on is this: respect. Respect my opinion, respect your opinion. We might not agree with it. It's totally okay. It's totally okay. It doesn't mean you have to hate me or I have to hate you or we don't have to have any more conversation. We just know where we stand. And here's the other thing about me. You can actually change my mind. I'm not set in stone. I'm not set in stone and you can't change my mind. How do you think I got to where I am? Because I continually change my mind. I'm continually growing. I'm continually growing. Change my mind if you can. I'm open to it. Right? Lorena says, and your transformation has been dramatic. Lots of hard. Exactly. Hayden says, I never took hormones. Unfortunately, I do have naturally high T levels, so that helps me. But I'm 35 now, and I was diagnosed at 32 when I started to get ready to start my hormone transition. I identify as me right now because I am male at heart, but now I can't make my outside match. They think mine is genetic. That's fascinating, Hayden. What a story you have. What a story you have. It's a very important story, Hayden, and I want to get your voice out there because your story is very valid, very important. Other people might be going through what you're going through. You must know you're loved. You must know that you have a purpose here. You must know that whatever's happening to you, it is real. Let's find the good lining in this. Why? Why you? What's going on that you had to have this happen to you? There's a message in it. There is a message in it. I am telling you. There's a message in the reason why this is happening to you. Jude says, I wish Aussies thought this way. Colton says, Nico, at that point, we need to blame the sick fucks who target trans people, but blaming people for their passing privilege is just creating a bigger divide. I mean, I agree with that, Colton. Nico has his own idea of the things, and I'm sorry if I'm misgendering you, Nico. It's hard to say who's who on here. You know, you understand what I'm saying? Nico's allowed to have their opinion, 100%, and that's okay. And I'm allowed to have mine, and you're allowed to have yours, and we're all allowed to have opinions about whatever we want to have. We're allowed to change our minds. We're allowed to have conversation. We're allowed to get into it a little bit. But what we are not allowed to do is disrespect each other's opinions. Okay? We're not allowed to do that. We're just not. We're just not. We are completely dividing each other so much. We are completely dividing. Colton, I'm not blaming Buck for the violence done to TWOC all, but we are bringing attention to those women who are being targeted. I bring a lot. You clearly don't know what I do, Nico, and it's okay. I don't. It's fine. I do a lot of work for people of color. It doesn't matter. Who cares? I don't need to tell you what I do. It doesn't matter. I know what I do, and I know who I am, and I know what I'm connected to, and I know the amount of energy I put in the world to make change, and not everyone's going to see it, and not everyone's going to acknowledge it, and I don't need to be acknowledged for my work. I do it because I love it. I do it because I'm passionate about it. I do it because I understand my path. I do it because I see the opening that has created, that my being has created, and I take that path. But other than that, please don't ever think I don't do the footwork, because I do the footwork, and I'm very aware of words. I'm very aware of how they hurt people. I'm very aware of who gets what. I'm very aware of the levels of privilege. I'm aware of a lot more than you might think I am, okay? I look this way and act this way because I'm a trampa and I'm tough, and I believe in tough love, and I believe in talking about the issues that people don't want to talk about in our community. I believe in bringing the issues of these subjects, privilege, passing, that we're all going to disagree on, because we need to have dialogue from it. It has split up our community and has created a place of divide in our community. It hasn't made us stronger. It's made us weaker. It's made us weaker because you and I disagree on the levels of privilege or the levels of passing or why we need to talk about it. That has created a divide in our community. I personally, my opinion is we don't need to keep dividing each other. What we need to find is the common ground. Okay? If we keep talking about your and my privilege and we keep talking about our passing, we're missing a big point. We're missing it because people get angry when you do that. I don't know why. People don't want to own up to their privilege. People don't want to own up to anything. I own up to my privilege. I own up to everything. I have my passing, everything. Everything. But there's people in this community who don't want to do that, okay, on many levels. That said, what does that create? It creates animosity, it creates hate, it creates divide in our community. Why are we even talking about it? Why are we even talking about my privilege or my whiteness or my... We already know I have all that. It's clear. It's done. But now, how do we work with the levels of privilege that we have in this community? Okay, I have an idea. Check this out. Let's pretend like we're all on the same team. How about this? Let's pretend like we're all on the same baseball team, okay? Now, we're all on the baseball team, and Joe and Shelly and Nico and Buck all have different skills. My skill is I'm fucking awesome at pitching, okay? Your skill is you're a great catcher, you're a great second baseman, you're a great fucking batter, right? Whatever. Then we tell each other, you're good at this, you do that. You're good at this, you do that. You're good at this, you do that. Why are we not talking about like that? All of us have different skills. All of us have different ways to do things. Why are we not utilizing that? Why are we not talking to each other like we are not the same? What you do and what I do can be totally different, but we can use those powers. We can create who's got this kind of power, who's got that kind of power, and who can reach. Do you understand how powerful that is when we understand together as a community that we each have our own powers and our own powers can be taken out? It doesn't matter that I have more privilege than you. It doesn't matter that I'm white. It doesn't matter. What matters is that I know it and you know it and we've discussed it and it's done, but now we figure out how to use it in a powerful way together. That's all we need to do. We need to find the spots that each of us has the most power in and send each other to those spots. Rogelio says, hi, Buck. I came to say hi. Dealing with Puerto Rican friends about, oh, I'm sorry. Send a lot of love from us at the B Cup. Okay? Thank you for taking care of your friends. We're sending you a lot of love. Casey says, I'm glad that we're here and able to discuss things in a positive, civil way as very different people in different backgrounds. So Shelly says, yes, this is why I kind of left the community. All the fighting. Me too. That's why we started our own community. We don't need to fight. We don't need to argue. We already have haters in the world. We don't need to hate each other, okay? We just need to learn how to react to each other without getting our feelings hurt. We need to learn to talk to each other without getting our feelings hurt. We need to learn how to respect each other, to understand we all have different opinions about everything. Since when did you go to a family dinner and everyone got along? Tell me, because I'd like to know what family that is. Every family has its problems. We're a family. Every family has its problems. We are a family. Sometimes we get into the dinner table here when we're at the breakfast table or wherever the fuck we are, and we start to fucking talk shit to each other because that's what families do. The most important thing is when we get up from this family table that we respect each other and we come back tomorrow and have another breakfast together. That's the most important thing, okay? Yeah, Mike, a boring family is a family that doesn't argue. Jesse says they act like being trans is a privilege in itself. Okay, kids. Trampa has enough. I gotta go. I have a lot to do. I'm at Folsom Street. I love you guys all. Thank you, Nico, for having a great conversation with me. I love you very much. Thank you for being loving and taking the time to have conversation and having a different opinion than me. I love that. It means a lot to me that you speak up. You don't have to ever agree with me. But the only thing that we have to do is have respect for each other's opinion. So I appreciate that you come on here and challenge my opinion and challenge my thought process. And let's have a discussion. Because that's how we make a community. We don't make a community where we shut each other's voices down because you don't like my voice. We don't have a community because we hate each other's ideas. We have a community because you and I can disagree on levels of things, but understand that our ultimate goal is the same. Our ultimate goal is the same. And what is our ultimate goal? To just fucking walk the world like everyone else. So that's why I love that you guys challenge me, talk about me, might not like what the fuck comes out of my mouth, and say, wait a minute, Trampa, I don't know about that. And I'm like, well, actually, blah, blah, blah. Oh, okay. Right? That's called dialogue. I'm not what you think I am. Some people think I'm like this closed off, angry, trans guy. Like, no, I'm not. I'm so far from it. I'm fucking Trampa. I'm fucking Trampa. I don't give a shit. I don't care. Honestly, I don't care what you think about me. That's real. That's true. But what I do care about is my community. And what I do care about is creating dialogue. And what I do care about is bringing us back together. But back together by making sure that you keep your own identity and not the identity of the transgender community. Okay? You are not transgender. You are a human being before you are transgender. You are a person before you are transgender. Being a trans person is this much of who you are. It is not your whole identity, my friend. It is not. And if you think that, you're being misled. You must come back to human. Once you are a human, then you can find all the little spaces that you want to fit into. But if you don't come back to being a human first, you're lost because you're not trans. You're a human. You understand what I'm saying? So stop just saying you're trans, because that's what's starting a lot of the problems. Then you have this desire. Then you see this. Then you expect this. Don't expect anything. Don't expect anything. Nothing except love. Let go of your fear. Let go of your anger. Understand that the universe will take you where you're supposed to go if you let it take you. Okay? Let it take you. Let it take you. Don't be angry. Don't be angry. Don't be angry. Let it go. Whatever you're angry about today, let it go. Because it will work itself out. I promise you. But you have to let it go. It's not, you can't fake let it go. You have to let it go. Because it will come back to you. It will. Okay, kids? And that's it for today. I won't see you tomorrow. Okay? Hi, Midnight Angel on YouTube. You have a beautiful soul, and I believe that you are changing the world. Oh, the one. I love you. I'm changing it with you. It's not me. It's we are changing the world. Do you understand that? It's not me. It's not me. It's us. And that's the problem with our community. We have divided ourselves into me, 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 me. Not us, 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 us. Even that sounds better. Me, 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 me sounds yucky. Us, us sounds amazing. So forget that. I am not a leader of this community. I am just you. And you are me. I just happen to be in a space to be able to take your voice and put it there. That's all. That's all. The ego in this community has destroyed us. We are no better than each other. We are the same. There are no leaders. We have gatekeepers. Those people must go. There is no way to talk. There is no way to walk. There is no way to be. There is no way at all that anyone should tell you how to be anything. And that includes this community. There are no rules. I'm an old tranny. I'm an old fucking tranny. And I made it here today at 55 for a fucking reason. I was never told what to be. I was never told what to do. There was no goddamn fucking community. Nobody told me how to be. All of a sudden now there's this way to be transgender. Are you kidding? That's dangerous fucking behavior. That's dangerous behavior, my friends. Don't let people tell you how to be. Come back to you. Come back to you. You are you. Nobody can tell you otherwise. See me at Folsom. I'm there tomorrow. Perfect Fit booth all day. Also doing a party on Folsom and 9th. It's a cannabis party. You must have your card, but it's going to be amazing. We're doing all kinds of cool stuff in there. You can relax, drink THC water, have an awesome time. Just have water if you want. Okay? I love you guys a lot. I'm going to let YouTube go because I love you, YouTube. I love you guys. You know I love you a lot. And check this out.